Are you having fun in your business? I mean, it should be fun, right? Well, sometimes the fun gets overlooked when you're dealing with the have-tos, the complexities of being your own boss and actually running the show. It's my goal that this, the Fun Business, Fun Money podcast, can help reignite your spark of fun by providing tips, tools, insights, and inspiration so you can enjoy running your business in the simplest, easiest, most fun way possible. I'll be sharing practical tips and ideas that you can implement immediately, along with business and money mindset insights to keep you moving forward no matter what's going on around you. I'm your host, Deirdre Amies, the Fun Business and Money Coach and founder of Powered by Personality. Let's play. Hey there, and welcome back to the Fun Business, Fun Money podcast. Let's get right onto it. This is meant to be a quick tip episode, but I couldn't cut it down to just one thing. So how about we just call this a bonus coaching episode this week? Today, I have got 4 tips to help you reset your mindset and beat comparisonitis and self-doubt into submission so you can conquer the world. I'm not condoning violence here, but you know what I mean. I can't even tell you how many times I have had to deal with comparisonitis and self-doubt, even with all the self-development work I've done on myself in the past 10 years or so. Even with knowing in the moment, recognizing it right there and then, that that's exactly what's going on, it still happens. So that's the most important thing I want you to remember. Everyone experiences self-doubt and compares themselves to others at some point. You're not alone if you're feeling like this. And it doesn't matter what stage of your business you're at. You're going to experience it over and over again, especially if you're aiming for a big goal and a new income level. Now, this came up in a few conversations over the past week with clients and also with a friend that I used to work with in my corporate career. Everyone feels like they're not good enough at some point in some way. And it also reminded me of Drew Barrymore. And side note, I absolutely adore her. She's so real and authentic. She's not afraid to laugh at herself and to share her highs and lows. Drew shared a video on YouTube a few years back now, a behind-the-scenes moment from when they were planning her new talk show, or it was new then, and they were figuring out how to do it in the middle of the pandemic. She literally had a meltdown on a call with her team. Self-doubt and comparisonitis had kicked in, and she was freaking out along the lines of, who the hell am I to think I can do this? And that just warms my heart, to be honest, to hear someone like her say that and prove that not everything is perfect. This comes from a deep-seated belief that I am not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not whatever enough to achieve the success that others do. And it is all complete bullshit. So this is the first mindset shift that I want you to write down if you can. If you're out driving or walking, don't worry, you'll find the transcript and show notes with everything you need in the description of this episode. The first mindset shift is don't compare how you feel to what someone else shows. I'm a big fan of positive statements, and this doesn't quite fit that sentiment, but it highlights what we're actually comparing. They're not equal in any way, shape, or form. It's not even apples and oranges. It's Granny Smith apples and an Apple MacBook Pro. The only thing that they have in common is the word apple. They're not in the same category of being fruit or even food. They're poles apart. So when you're worrying about what others think of you, unless you have superpowers and you can actually read minds, you have no idea what someone else is thinking about you. You also have no idea how anyone else feels as they're doing their thing, taking action to create something that they eventually show to the world. And of course, everyone goes, "Wow, you're amazing. Well done." But what we're seeing is the amazing end result of all the self-doubt, fears, anxiety, broken sleep, the money that they've poured into upskilling themselves to reach this point. So if you're sitting there thinking, "Wow, you're amazing. Look at you go." Let me tell you, I'm no different to you. I feel the same doubt and fear that you do. There's always a shit ton of work behind the scenes. There's stuff that nobody hears about to get to this point. Which leads me into the second mindset shift. Number 2 is, if she can do it, so can I. She, he, they, choose your pronoun, and just know that you can do it too. You are no different to me, to Drew Barrymore, to anyone. We are all human beings having a human experience on this beautiful blue planet. And the only thing stopping you from achieving what you want is yourself. Obvious, I know, but cliche. But it does need to be said repeatedly so that it sinks in. And maybe we'll all finally get it. I'll keep saying it so that you hear it when you need it the most. If she can do it, so can I. Is there someone that you admire for what they're doing, what they've achieved, or something about their personality that really stands out for you? That same quality already exists within you. You just need to focus on it and amplify it. I know we tend to put people on a pedestal when they're smashing it, they're achieving their goals, they're making more money and showing you the results of it on social media. Don't do that. We're all human. We all have doubts and fears, and nobody is more special than anyone else. The third mindset shift is, my only comparison is the person in the mirror. Another one that you likely already know, but again, this still needs repeating. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is who you were yesterday. If you think back 6 months ago, who were you back then versus who you are now? Think back to a time when you achieved your best success in your business. And it doesn't even matter what that success was or how much money you made, doesn't matter. What matters right now is, who were you? How did you feel? What were the actions you were taking? And what were you telling yourself to keep you in momentum? That is the person that you want to emulate, not anyone else. Doesn't matter. Like I said, if it only lasted a day or an hour or even a moment, you can tap into that version of yourself anytime you want and use that to move yourself forward. And the last one, number 4, mindset shift. There is nothing to fear. If you need to remind yourself of this on a moment-by-moment basis in order to move forward and do your thing, so be it. Write it on a Post-it note. Put it somewhere that it can remind you. There is nothing to fear. Focusing on the fear of what might happen will keep you stuck and small. There's no two ways about it. So put yourself out there. Become more visible. Make more money. Share your brownies, your expertise and value and amazingness with the world. And then keep coming back to number 1. Quit comparing how you feel to the results other people show. Remember, Granny Smith apples and Apple MacBook Pro. Both awesome, but no comparison whatsoever. Mindset work is one of my biggest passions. I'm a firm believer that we can overcome anything with a strong mindset. And that's why it's woven through everything I do, whether I'm coaching someone to think bigger, to take action, or I'm challenging them to raise their prices and actually put out their offers. If you'd like my help with your mindset, strategy, and practical actions as you grow and scale beyond your fears and the upper limits to achieve the freedom and the goals that you want, send me a DM for a quick chat about Ignite, my business and money coaching program. I'm at Fun Business Fun Money, all one word, on Facebook and Instagram. Connect with me on LinkedIn and send me a DM there. I'm the only Deirdre Amies in the world. Or send an email to hello@deirdreamies.com. You'll find the links to all of those in the description of this episode and in the show notes. Now, there's one last thought that I want to leave you with on this. Most people aren't watching you take action towards your dreams and thinking, oh, who does she think she is? That's the story that we think they're thinking. But they're not. They're actually comparing themselves to you. Most people are watching in awe of your guts, your tenacity to keep things moving forward and taking action no matter what. They're waiting for you to make your next move because they're excited to see what's next and they want you to achieve your goals. So that's what I've got for you today. I hope that helps to shift your mindset and reset in some way and release some self-doubt or comparisonitis that may be hanging around. Honestly, the only thing we should be worrying about is standing still and getting to the end of our lives with a bunch of regrets about all the doubts and fears that held us back from living our awesome life. Because that's not cool. Take care. Turn any of those fears and doubts into having fun and taking action. And I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for joining me. If you found this episode useful, make sure you hit that follow button on your chosen podcast platform so you get the notifications when each new episode goes live and you don't miss anything. If you know someone who would also get something from it, don't be shy, share it with them. One of the best things about being a business coach for online entrepreneurs is helping them make sense of their creative ideas and turn them into a simple, clear business system that actually makes money. A client recently described me as a castle building expert. You've got the big vision and some of the building materials already, but you don't quite know how to bring it all together into a solid foundation. Then I come along and I show you the blueprint that makes sense of it all. I love that analogy. And I'd love to show you your personalized blueprint, the one that's just right for you and your clients. But I can't do that until you join Ignite, my business and money coaching program. So head on over to deirdreamies.com/ignite for all the details. Fill out the application form and let's talk about building your castle in the simplest, easiest way possible.